humble, as the doctor was saying. Okay, they have more selfless than selfish. All of us have inside us, here, selfishness and selflessness. Okay, most of humans, unfortunately, especially because we're living in capital-based economy, we become more selfish. Okay, we want to build, bring a house, bring a family, so we need more money, and we think that life is all about that. Okay, so I am now 60 years old. I got to discover myself that I am selfish, and I can be more selfless through when I came 45 years old. Okay, since 45 years old, I left everything that I used to do, totally changed. I used to be getting lots of money from governments, because I'm expert for many governments around the world, academic, highly paid as a consultancy per day. Okay, to a person, no, I started to buy my time from myself. Okay, because this is, I started to see what is the legacy. I started to see, and this is where we say the visualization. The most important word, maybe you can see, in how I crack problems, you're going to see now. Okay, it's that the leader should have a visualization. Okay, and visualization doesn't happen unless you have either experience or problem or failures or taking a pause, okay, taking a pause in your life and dealing, okay, with problems like uncertainty. Okay. Of course, many scientists, they say, of course, that visualization also need data. So if you write, for example, data visualization, you'll see, I'm sure some of you, like in Social Security and others, they use data to visualize the future. So they see the past, they see the current, and then they build also the future, which is, we call it future foresighting. One of our programs, by the way, will be about future foresighting techniques, okay, how we solve problems for future foresighting, focusing on socio-economic problems. Because unfortunately, governments usually put future foresight of what they want to technology like this, but so most complex problem will always be lagging behind, and you can always pull is things about health, education, social development, family stability, growth migration, diseases. Okay. For example, you'll notice throughout the world, and maybe this is interesting for you, whenever there is a middle class coming up more, the diseases will increase. Because they are not anymore in the village, like someone was saying, there is an advantage, I think our brother was saying. Okay? That they are advantage because people are moving and so on. Okay? So we'll have what we call it more non-communicable diseases. Like cancer, like asthma, like obesity, like diabetes, like blood pressure. Okay? So these will come more because people will start to relax, they will not go climb anymore, they will use either the bike or they can afford now to have a car. So the obesity, and you can see in Kigali specifically that for the middle class and upper middle class, even you'll find obese children. Right? It's very clear. Okay. And by the way, this is I think it is mostly, especially in our countries, is spread a lot. Once we have become middle class, we'll see this. In India, if you go to India today, even though still India has some poverty, but because many Indians, because they are talking about 1 billion people, right? So you'll see many people, they are becoming obese. Okay, and this is again something that we can think about. So I think the word that I would like you to remember, why I crack a problem this way, or why it's not because I am a good lead. I built as a leader. I built this in myself. So a leadership can be gained. It's not necessarily you were born as a leader. Many people will say, this person was born as a leader. And they talk about his life. Most of these things is not always true. Okay? So people, they have to work for it. They have to earn it really, okay? To do that. Now this visualization, in our technique, beside the failures, which is the most important, you see in our books, we have 45 books. available and so on. And Amazon are free, by the way. Most of our books are right? Because I started to deal with uncertainty, because I like to tackle especially complex problems, because I also have some experience, of course that's something else, but I don't let the experience make me, because the experience sometimes make you build what we call opinion. And the most important and most dangerous thing for any leader is that he builds all his decisions based on opinion. I say, my opinion. Why? Because I've gone there, I've seen it, so you have to follow this. I can't solve a problem relevant to poverty, or to women development, or to youth migration that I solve in Bahrain, or I solve in India, or I solve in Bosnia. Every country has different situations. Okay? For that, we should call it, actually, we should be careful about this. This is the most dangerous thing in your mind now. This is part of the mindset. You have said about that. We have written a lot about mindset. Okay? See, we have a brain. Okay? Which is like any animal have a brain also. Okay? We have a mind. Okay? And the brain is made, by the way, from 4 parts. Okay? And the frontal lobe is the most important thing in the brain. You can go and read it and read our books about that. Because this, the frontal lobe, is going to create your mind. And your mind going to create your mindset. And your mindset is made from 4 things. As a leader, you have to know this. And you have to teach even your children. He was talking about the challenge he gave to his children to cook. I can tell you, I have 6 children. I missed only the first one. The other 5, because they're going through challenges, because that time I was 45, okay, as I told you, they are inspiring me. They are not innovative people. They are not creative. My first one also, by the way, she's a professor at the university, but she's not having the characteristic of inspiring. She inspires students, but she will not go out of her way. Even if there is things that is not available for her, she will create it. So these people, the other 5 I'm telling you about, they are job creators. They are not job seekers. Even though some of them is physicians, they know 2 of them is physicians and so on, and filmmakers and so on, but they've gone out of their way. They don't like normal challenges. They want to create a legacy. And I expect them, hopefully, they will do something better than me, because I discover myself only late. So it is a chance, by the way, for the young generation, especially those guys who are sitting in the back, our brothers from South Sudan, usually also, they always, sisters, they always attend. It's a chance. But always be careful from your experience. Because it's going to build in your mind, and the mindset, is made from 4 things. The experience is going to build for us what we call it the paradigm. Okay? The paradigm, or what we call it in science, we call it the assumptions. It makes us assume that we know. And we don't know how much we don't know. The worst leaders they think they know it all. And remember, they become, because they start to judge things, they make opinion about things, so they become vertical thinkers. You will never see a person that he has long-term leadership even if he have highest position. Okay? Also, he will not be wise, because he start to, and he listen only to himself. Okay, all the others, maybe he calls them and he asks them, but at the end of the day, already the judgment is there. Okay? In order to make judgment, we have to be careful about our assertions, because the judgment is about taking facts, analyzing facts, listening to others, doing proper observation, then and by writing the thing before you make a real decision, then you make a decision. Okay, and unfortunately, many of leaders around the world, they don't do that. That's number 1. So number 1 is in the mindset. I was talking about the mindset. Is made from assumptions. These assumptions, they are the ones who make our attitude. Okay? And you'll see that what I'm trying to show you on these projects, how we are shaking up the assumptions. Okay? Even our assumption, even my assumption as a expert or leader in this projects. And we shake up the attitudes. Because the attitudes, if they are shaped, will change the behavior. And once the behavior change, then our reflections, our reactions, okay, all the R's is going to change. Okay. So this is again a character of a leader, and he's always having, and he mentioned that, Brother Emmanuel, is that he always will have a changing mindset. He will challenge the mindset. Okay. He will challenge the status quo. Whatever I know, it's not necessarily true. Okay? And this is a definition that I would like to keep with you today. And if you remember something, you should manage how much, you should manage not how much you know, you should manage how much you don't know. Okay? This is very important. Management of ignorance is more important than management of knowledge. Management of knowledge is accessible to you. I have the same that you have if you have internet. I have the access of the knowledge like you are. I have ChatGPT, I have access to the internet and so on. So everybody has accessibility if they have the minimum, which is the internet. So management of knowledge is not anymore a problem. Okay? So that leaders should not say the power of knowledge, because the knowledge is available. Okay? The only thing which is not available about the power of knowledge is the tacit knowledge. And the leaders, they should focus on the tacit knowledge, not in the explicit knowledge. You know? So there's difference, tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. Okay? What is the difference? Tacit knowledge means whatever I have in my mind today, I am going to leave your organization. Okay, for example, today I decided I am retired, or I will just leave the organization, go to another organization. The most important thing is that how can I transfer this tacit knowledge to you? Because I'm resistant to transfer it, right? For that, you should have techniques to overlap this, to make sure that whatever people experience they have, it should be transferred to the organization. And this is again, we are very weak in our developing countries in this area. Okay. Now, the other part that I want to talk to you is that the issue of observation. Okay. Observation is a word in itself. Okay. You see things, but you not necessarily observe it. Okay. Observation is that where you know that there is something called value added and there is something called waste. Okay? And anything in life is about what? Waste plus value added. Okay? The more you really observe, you'll see that you can differentiate. And this I call it, by the way, the technique called, our term name, called codification. So I start to know two colors, red and green. I can say with confidence after observation, because I collected now the data, judgment, not opinion, that this can work, this cannot work. Okay? This can work, this cannot work. Okay? Or this is okay, this is not okay. Why? Because based on that observation. Then, once we start to go for other colors, which we go for example, the color of the traffic light, we go for yellow, we go for blue and other colors. Then we start to talk about the three-dimensional thinking that I was talking about. And here we call it this one, classification. The real leaders are supposed to be this one, managers level. Between leadership and management level, but the leader should teach their people what is black, what is red, what is green. Okay? The leaders, they should focus on this. Okay? Classification. What is the red, what is the green, and what is the colors between. Okay? Because these are the things that we need to see. I think, again, remember when I show you the case studies? This one, this one, this one. Because after this, we are going to classify and stratify. We call it now the third one. So this one, number one, is about you are not putting this one on the Instagram. Okay. Number two is about the classification. Come here. This one is yours. People are waiting. Okay, and then stratification. So we have the third one, stratification. Part of the observation outcome is stratification. So we have codification, we have classification, we have stratification. Stratification, I will start to put now the formula of real change. Okay? People change only when they see that there is something that creating dissatisfaction. Okay? Government should listen to the dissatisfaction. NGO should listen to the dissatisfaction of their category of group. We should focus on dissatisfaction. Okay? And where is it? And what type of dissatisfaction it is? Before others say it. Okay? Second thing, we should try to create a model by testing the model, and then we should have the management of process of change. Again, you'll see that in our projects, we'll try to do this. Okay? And this one will not come unless we start to categorize, to stratify things as what we need to be, where we need to be available as leaders. Okay? In which area I need to be available. Availability cannot be available everywhere. Only a God can be available everywhere. We humans cannot be available everywhere, even if we are tackling such specific question, specific problem. But we need to raise the availability. Okay? Because the reliable leaders, we call it reliability. Reliable leaders are, they raise the probability of being available in most of the important places. Okay? So if you have any question about any formula, you can ask me. This is a formula, by the way. Reliability is the probability of availability. The more you are a reliable leader, the more you'll be available in the right place in the right time. Availability, it's about place, it's about time, it's about condition. Okay? Again, if I'm talking too fast, later we'll give example. If it's not clear, you can ask. But with example, I'm sure it will be clear. Then, it have to be efficient. Because you can do good, things good. We see many people, leaders, they do things good, but at what cost? It has to be efficient. When you do change, it has to be efficient. And the last thing, it has to be effective. Okay? Because outcome, if you want me to copy now, leader, by the way, are the inspiring leaders, especially. They'll be very happy if people copy them. Okay? We'll be very happy if you copy us, by the way. Why? Because we can go to another stage. Okay? Inspiring leader is not like the capitalist-based leadership. Capital-based leadership, if you are copying me, you are my competitor. Okay? No, because I know that the sky is the limit, okay? And even beyond the limit I can go. Then I need to always innovate. I need to bring things. And if other people can do it, so then I need to move to another place. It means the time for me, God is telling me, time that you move to another place. This is a good leadership concept. Any question about that before I start showing you the projects? Okay. So I'll go very fast in the concept since I explained it. So we talk about leadership mindset. Okay. Mindset is, we cannot see it, right? But it is the most dangerous thing. It is more dangerous than our knowledge, our capacity. Someone who might have a PhD, or even a big professor, or a big physician and so on. What you can see, his mindset is controlling his life. He's not delivering what he should deliver. Okay? His impact in life is very limited. Okay, maybe he's a good professional, but his impact on the community is very limited. So the good leaders always will ask this question: what is the purpose I am here? Why I am in this community? Why I am in this village? Why I am in this NGO? Why I am in this position? Okay? And this will, he will start, or she will start to look at the end result, the outcome, the impact. I'm going to leave this place. But I'm staying there, I'm intentionally staying there 2 to 3 years, or I'm staying to 10 years, or maybe staying for all my life. What is the impact I want to leave? The what question is the most important than the how question. The how question, leave it for the supervisors, those who are your followers. They should ask, or they should work on the how. Okay? You should give them the direction, general, but you are the one who always ask yourself every day, what is the purpose I am attending this lecture or this workshop? What is it linked to my life term legacy? What I want to leave in the world, and why am I here? If it is only a workshop I am attending, then it doesn't make a purpose for you later. Okay? You want to gain more then, and this is what we call accelerated learning. It's a learning that we can build over time. Second thing also for leadership is the why. See, remember again, I didn't say the how, so I said the what, and then I said why. Okay? The why. What is the concern? What is the aims? Okay? I want to integrate with this community. I want to engage this community. Because many leaders, they involve the community, they don't engage them. You know the difference? Anybody knows about the difference between involvement and engagement? Involvement is means you tell the community, let's do this, let's do that. Already you have planned everything. But you tell them. Okay, which is good leadership also. I'm not undermining that, because I hope we reach this level also in our developing countries. But engagement, no, they are the ones who are going to create with you the story. They feel the ownership. They are telling, they feel from the first day, and you don't know the outcome. You yourself as a leader, you just want to solve the problem because there might be someone better than you that can help you to solve the problem. But only you are leading the idea. Okay? And then we have the other type, which is the how, who and where. Okay. Who's gonna work on this?
We have seen that the problem of leaders is making decisions based on opinions.
Right.
So my problem is here is that maybe once you are asking the opinions from this, or what they think about the situation, you may be also influenced by their opinions.
No, but the collection of opinions is important. The collection of opinions, you're going to filter the opinion at the end of the day. Not your opinion, not their opinion. The collection of that will make the judgment. So it will be like, this way we call it engagement. Okay. Because by the way, if you don't engage them, they might not do the solution properly. You'll not have this honesty. And honesty, by the way, is the most important tool. Not even punctuality, honesty. Okay. So you have this honesty, I'll buy this honesty if I get it, and honesty builds trust. If they become honest, you'll give them trust, and they'll give you trust. This is the most important currency after inspiration currency. We call it inspiration currency. It's one of the most hidden currency that we don't see it in life. We always focus only the currency of Rwandan franc or dollar or something like this, right? But this is the currencies that we don't see. Okay, yes.
I think to add on his question, yes, if a leader go and correct other opinions, he might be also influenced by sometimes bad opinions and not scientific opinions. What leaders do is to use research institutes sometimes. What are the real reality on the ground? I remember in Rwanda there was a problem of fake statistics. You ask a local leader how many people suffering from malaria or having health insurance, 90%, whereas it's just 70%. You want only to fulfill the imihigo, I mean the performance. Yeah, he wants to tell the leader he maximized the performance, while it is just opinion, not reality. So sometimes you have to balance reality on the ground with real research. You can even search for yourself. Yeah. And traditionally, the kings, I remember, when they wanted to measure hunger in the society, they didn't collect opinion only for the people. They used to go to the field and test whether the household are happy. If the household is not happy, it means there is hunger somewhere.
Right. But I want to comment also, Dr. Your question. You're going to come together, engagement again, this is what I was going to finish. You're going to engage together, like engagement when you engage to your wife, engage to family and so on, through only learning by exploring. Once you get together, not sitting in a room, say let's do this, what you think, what's your opinion, maybe the majority will control later, which might take you to another place. Because they see, for example, they need money, give us money now. Right? This is the shortcut for them. Yes. Because they are really in hunger and they need the money. No, but let's explore. Once you explore, once you use these tools, when you reach to this level, you already started to convince them and change their mindset. Remember how we have talked about that dissatisfaction is managed. Okay? So don't get the people engaged, means engagement, not involvement again. Engagement means that they're going to observe with you, they're going to see the thing. Because you see, if you want to have a sustainable outcome, you have to change the mindset of the people who's going to be the beneficiaries. Okay? And this is very important. Okay, now the other thing I need to go faster, okay, is about pathetic thinking, which is Dr. will talk about pathetic leadership. What is empathy? Anybody can tell me what is empathy? Anybody? Empathy? Yes.
Putting yourself in the shoes of others.
Okay. How can I put myself in the shoes of others? How can I? Yes. Okay, give them love. Okay, but sometimes love also sympathy, not only empathy. Yes, but okay. Yes, sir.
I just want to use the emotional intelligence,
Yes.
whereby awareness of others, then by being aware of the issues, then trying to help knowing the issues.
Yes. I will tell you just simple way of how I do it. Okay. I can't claim to you that I will sleep in the poor place and many people tell you go and live with them for some time. So that you can. I didn't do that most of my life. Even though I entered more than maybe 600 poverty villages and I did many projects and I eliminated poverty and 2-3 villages. Eliminated, not alleviated. Eliminated means finished poverty. Get them out of poverty. But always I see the human side of the solution. And you'll see now, when I don't talk about the economic side, even though it's the social economy, I talk about the human side of the solution. When you focus on the human side of the solution, you're going to create more empathetic results and outcomes. And put this please in mind when you see, when we talk about the projects in general. Okay. And then see, our last thing will be the how. Unfortunately, always I say, in developing countries, including Arab countries, always we say how. Who says how? The dogs. How, right? So we shouldn't be like that. We should be humans. Humans, God has given us here frontal lobe, as I told you, which we have capability to associate things. To associate things, maybe you can visualize even the nearest animal to us, which is the monkey, or the gorilla here in Musanzi. Okay, they can't have this capability. So capability to associate things together. So if we want to really utilize this huge capability of mindset, even if I am not highly educated, I can solve problems better than professors or what? Because I have the mindset, because I can see these things in different ways and so on. So this is where we can see that the mindset play a major role. Of course, the last thing will be the being resilient, okay, in our solution. Means there will be always challenges that you don't see. You can't see every challenge. Okay, how we build now a resilient solution within the community or within your organization is very important. And for that, I want to go faster than for the theories. And how I will use the stimuli, the challenges, from outside, from inside, okay, to build multidisciplinary learning. Means I will let the community learn. Because people learn from failures more than they learn from successes. Okay? And sometimes, by the way, we intentionally create failure at the beginning so that they let them see better solutions than the solutions we thought and we know it. Because remember, I say that manage your organization more than managing your knowledge, but we are humans. Expertise needs to take some time. Oh, I know it. Let me solve this problem so that I get out of this village and finish it within 3 months. Okay, that's the human side of selfish, side. So let's always remember, it's about learning cycle. It's about, again, society engagement I mentioned to you. And it's about the realization of complexity. That if we are dealing with a complex problem, don't undermine it. Keep it complex. Deal with it as a complex, then you make it. Over time, it will be a simple problem. But it will not be easy in the first 2 or 3 years. Okay, it will be challenging. So you need to open the complexity constructs. So the mindset will be always about stage 1, that what is inspiring me in this problem? Okay? Is it the ideas? Is it the people? Is it the the sense of making? Is it the concrete life decision that I can make through these people? And I consider that my engagement as a leader with any problem is a learning for me, not only for them. I'm a leader not because I know better than them. I'm a leader because I can see my ignorance so that I can help them to see their ignorance. This is my leadership here. Okay? And then, of course, I start to inspire the society by the solution, creating a model and so on for the others. Okay. This is where we're coming to the same way that I explained to you about observation, about exploring, about learning, about reflecting, codification, classification, stratification. Okay. The ones I told you about. This is the lab. We call it labs. Now, Doctor was telling you, you see the backside when you leave, you can see we have what we call Africa Development Lab. Okay, we're publishing a lot. We publish actually much more than these papers. And we have Gaza Resilience Lab. You know Gaza and what's happening in Palestine. So we call it Gaza Resilience Lab because how to make the people in Gaza survive with this, problem that they are facing in violence. So I start with the first case. This first case is about a case in Bosnia. Okay, I went to Bosnia and I stayed 6 months there. And I would like to tell me what tools I have used. Okay, I will not tell you everything. So what tools I have used? I go to the society. I'll just tell you the story, and then you tell me what the tools I have used from these 3 main tools. So we talked about. Actually, let's consider this to be the first, the fourth tool. So these formulas are also the fourth tool. So this society is like any other society. We have NGO. We have poor people is increasing, not decreasing in number. They go and ask for the food, and they are getting the food. This is what the type of food. So again, part of building empathy is that we test the food that they are given to the poor. This is me eating with them, some of the food inside the NGO. We test the food, what they are giving, and what type of food, and what is the difficulties. And who is getting this cooked food? Who's getting the raw food? Because the majority of people, they get cooked food. Is it a good idea to cook for people and give them? As part of charity and sympathy and love, yes, why should I make someone cook the food? But when I go to his story with his children, I remember that sympathy is not enough. We need to be empathetic. Means, if someone can cook, okay, if someone we call him functional person, he can make a tea, well, then why should I give him food cooked? Why should I give him dry food? Okay, dry seeds, dry food, so that he or she cook themselves. So again, when we started to categorize using the codification, okay, of the type of the people who's getting raw food and how, what type of people and how many of these people are which ages, demography. Very leadership, they should apply demographics. Okay, I can see some of you tired, so I will go fast to take the exercise. Okay. You can't have young people getting food cooked, can you? Young people, they can cook themselves, should be trained. So what's the problem? The missing part is that we are not demographically, we are not saying this is capable person, this is functional person, this person cannot cook himself, or she cannot cook herself. So this type of demographics, again, is about, now we enter from codification to, what's the other one? Classification. Okay. Again, part of leadership, that we classify people and so on. And the idea, we didn't visualize this frankly, to be true with you. To tell you the truth, and we're gonna flip the model. But because we started to observe, we started to go to the field, we started to visit these people, we enter their house, we see how these people are managed. We started to see that there are many solutions that was not taken from the first observation. So instead of making people in poverty always be served, poverty should be redefined. And for that we written many books. I have one book about poverty only. But in our book, you will see this case in all our books approximately. Because we use it for type of thinking. Poverty as a solution, it's a complex, right? We say. Yes. But poverty itself, as a status, is it a temporary or permanent? Temporary. So once I start to deal with poverty as a temporary, my solution will be totally different. Because these people are supposed to go up, away from poverty line. And this means when I take decisions, when we take decisions together with this NGO and these people concept, we should build around that. How many people they can come out quickly now out of poverty? I'll just tell you facts about this organization. They serve more than 3,000 families in northern of Bosnia. You know Bosnia, they go through war. Similar to Rwanda, approximately. Civil war, okay, by that one, okay? Not genocide, but civil war. And the majority of those people who's getting served is 40% of them is youth between the age of 13